everybody. My name's Harry James. After losing to Iowa State, the women can now try to bounce back this week with not one, but only 2 games. Unlike last week where they only had 1, the 2 games, this one starts on the road, just like the Iowa State one was, with at TCU, a 23-13 team from last year, 9-19 in Big 12 play. Then they'll come home for the Big Bad Kamoki and the Baylor Bears, 33-2, 18-0, and another Big 12 championship for her in Waco as the 16-14 Sooners from last year, 11-7 in Big 12 play, try to bounce back this week. We'll preview those games next. Boomer Sooner 1982. Don't go away! To the show, everybody. My name's Harry James. The Oklahoma Sooners will try to bounce back after losing to Iowa State earlier. These games, well, the first one will be a game against TCU in Fort Worth, a team from last year, 23-13, 9-9 in Big 12 play. They lost to Indiana in the WIT, that's the WNIT, semifinals, 91-58. Their head coach, Reagan Pebley, 1997 grad from the University of Colorado, and is in her 5th year in charge of the purple and gray of TCU. Helping her get back to not just the WNIT, but even bigger, helps when you have not 1, but 2 double-digit scores returning from last year. One of them, Amy Okonkwo, also Jordan Moore's coming back. We'll start with 0, Amy Okonkwo, who averages 14.4 points per ball game last year for the Frogs, 5.8 boards, and 0.9 assists from last year for TCU. They also have number 0, Jordan Moore, 13.0 even points per ball game at 13, 6.8 rebounds per ball game, and 0.8 assists per ball game last year for the Frogs of TCU. They will then come home next Sunday to host the Big Bad Scary Bears, 33-2, 18-0 in league play. They lost in the Sweet 16 last year, did Kim Mulkey. Lost 72-67 to Oregon State. Their head coach, Kim Mulkey, 1984 grad from Louisiana Tech, and is in her 17th year in charge of the green, gold, and white of Baylor. Helping her keep Baylor afloat, number 21, Kalani Moore, and number 15, Lauren Cox, both double-digit figures from last year's Sweet 16 team. We'll start with 21, Kalani Brown, averaging at 20.1 points per ball game last year for the Bears, 10.2 boards, and 1.7 assists per ball game last year for the Big Bats Baylor Bears. Also, they have number 15, Lauren Cox, who averaged last year 15.3 points per ball game, 9.7 rebounds, and 2.9 assists per ball game last year for the Bears of Baylor. And, of course, our lovely Sooners, 16-14 last year, 11-7 in Big 12 play, losing to DePaul, 90-79 in the first round of the WNCAA tournament, women's NCAA tournament out in California. Their head coach, Sherry Cole in Norman, a 1980 grad from Oklahoma Christian University, and Sherry is in her 23rd year in charge of the Crimson and Cream. Trying to get them back to the tournament this year and playing a little better in conference play. And number 14, Shayna Pellington, and the Double Deuce, my favorite, Anna Lanusa. We'll start with number 14, Shayna Pellington, who averaged last year for the Sooners 13.1 points per ball game, 2.7 boards, and 2.1 assists per ball game for the Sooners. While they also had number 22, Anna Lanusa, homegrown baby, averaging last year 2.6 points per ball game as a freshman, also for 4.0 rebounds and 1.0 assists per ball game last year as a freshman for our beloved Oklahoma Sooners. All right, everybody. If you missed this video, or you missed my last video, or you want to see any of my videos, that's all right. Just go to Facebook, Harry James Taylor. Find it there. Also on my YouTube page, Harry James Taylor, or Boomer Sooner 1982. Sorry about that. And on my Twitter, it's Harry the Spy OK. Any of those will have this and all my other YouTube channels. All right, guys. Thanks for watching. And, well, Boomer Sooner, everybody. I'm out of here. See ya. Peace.